What is going on, New York Giant fans? Welcome back to another Roster Bubble Series video. Hope you guys are doing well. Hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you know when a live stream pops or video drops. Appreciate you coming back. Share this out. Do all the good stuff. Hope you guys have been enjoying the content, the recaps, the Roster Bubble Series videos, and some of the other stuff we've been doing. We're going to do another Roster Bubble Series video for you guys today, and if you haven't been to these videos before, take a player that's on the cusp of being cut. We talk about the background, the competition, ways they can win a spot on the roster, ways they can lose a spot on the roster, and a prediction at the end. So today we're going to talk about Jakob Johnson, fullback / tight end, that was signed by the New York Giants just today. So what is his background? Well, he's been in the league for a few years, was out of Tennessee in 2018, and signed with the Stuttgart Scorpions, which is an American football team from Stuttgart, Germany. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but Jakob Johnson is actually from Germany. He's from Stuttgart. Baden. I'm not even going to pronounce the second part. I mean, I'm part German, but I'm not even going to butcher it. Anyway, so he was with them for a year. Then the Patriots took him on for a couple of years, 2019, 2020, and 2021. Then when Josh McDaniels and Carmen Bricillo and some of the other Pats guys went over to Las Vegas, that's where Jakob Johnson went for 2 years, and now he's a New York Giant. So minus being in Germany, he's pretty much had a similar career path to Jermaine Luminor. And it's funny because on Twitter, he said, "I signed with the Giants," and then Jermaine goes, "Please stop following me." I think it's funny. But some statistics, it's not much because as a fullback, he's more asked to do run blocking and specials. But last year, he had a reception for 12 yards. Apologies if you heard that in the background. That was my do not disturb computer notifications. But he had a reception for 12 yards. He appeared in 13 games, 5 starts. 17 games the year prior, 9 starts. Year prior with New England, 17 games. So he's pretty healthy when he's asked to be on the field. He had 186 snaps last year for Las Vegas on offense, 139 snaps on specials. The year prior, 301 offensive snaps, and then 151 special teams snaps in 2022. So my question is this, right? Before we get into the competition and all the meat and potatoes and all that sort of stuff, is why was he not signed till now? Kind of like my question with Joshua Kelly, is Jakob Johnson's not, oh my God, he's a star, but he's a name that's known across the NFL. He's not the best fullback, but he's a notable fullback. There's a lot of NFL offenses that use fullbacks, that they need fullbacks, and Jakob Johnson has been on the market since free agency has started. So here is where I got some PFF grades from a Reddit user. Not the most reliable source of information, but I'm not paying PFF $119 a year just to get grades. For those curious, Jakob Johnson played under 19% of snaps on offense with a PFF grade of 46.1, which ranked last out of the 10 qualifying fullbacks in the league. I'm guessing Patrick Ricard, Kyle Juszczyk, Michael Burton, I think that's his name, either the Broncos or the Chiefs, whatever. He had an 81.9 pass blocking grade on 12 snaps, but just a 49.3 run blocking grade, which is tough. On the plus side, he did have a 76.5 special teams grade, 74 snaps, which was third on the team behind Michael Mayer, 76.7 and 47 snaps, and defensive lineman Isaac Rochelle, 89.9, 33 snaps. I think Jakob was mainly used on kickoff and punt coverage. So let's bridge into the competition here. He's got Jack Stoll, Chris Mannertz, and Lawrence Cager. It's going to be interesting to see how they configure this tight end group because you already know Theo's there. You already know Daniel Bellinger's there. But are they going to keep a blocking tight end? Are they going to keep a receiving tight end? They're going to keep 4 tight ends, 3 tight ends. I don't know who they're going to keep. It's all dependent probably on these next 2 preseason games. But Stoll, not much of a receiver, very good blocker. Manhertz, probably an elite blocker at our standards. And Cager, who's a converted wide receiver, solid pass catcher, but he's not a very good blocker. Stoll can play specials, Manhertz can play specials, And Cager could play specials, but the problem with Cager right now is he's injured. I think he's got a hamstring injury or some sort of a lower body injury. So that's where Jakob Johnson comes in. And there's also the debate that I'm not going to get into on this topic and in this video is whether the Giants brought Jakob Johnson in for tight end depth, or that Daniel Bellinger is incapable of being a fullback, or the Giants decided that they want to run the ball more. I don't know. I'm not here to answer that question. So how can he win a spot on the roster this late? Well, health is number one. He's been relatively healthy over the course of his career. Number one, aside from health, he's got to improve his run blocking. Carmen Bracillo did a entire video on YouTube. He ran a clinic, but there's like a 2-minute 46 video on YouTube where he talks about the run game. He talks about crack toss, which is a certain play, and he talks about different guys. He also talks about the fullback being involved. And I would like to think that the Giants definitely sniffed out Jakob Johnson before moving on to other free agents in March because of the Bracillo connection, because the Giants needed another tight end slash fullback, and he needs to get better at run blocking. Based on the PFF grade, not great. And in 2022, to my knowledge, I could be wrong, the Raiders were a better run blocking team than pass blocking, but in 2023, they were a better pass blocking than run blocking team. So, interesting balance, but not in favor of Jakob Johnson based off last year. Now, in pass protection, he got a very good grade, as we saw. 12 snaps. I think it was, 81.9. That's very good. Now, I don't know if he was put out as, it's just a running back situation where he's in the backfield, or it's, he's positioned as a tight end in line or along, the offensive line, helping out the tackles and stuff. I don't know what position he was in, but he got a good grade for it. So pass protection is going to help because the Giants need reliable pass protectors. Sometimes the running backs can't do it. Bellinger had some missed blocks last year. They're not putting Theo Johnson in that position. And, Chris Mannertz, he could be in that position, but you like to see Jakob Johnson do it. Extend his craft a little bit more. And then the third one, which we talked about earlier on an extended thing, is his special teams usage. I view him right now as a personal protector for the punter. A lot of fullbacks do that. Shane Smith did that. A couple other guys. Elijah Penny did that. They also penetrate the punt team. I remember Elijah Penny and Michael Thomas blocked the punt from Andy Lee against the Cardinals and ended up getting a touchdown out of it. So in this new scheme with Michael Gabriel, let's see if Jakob Johnson can be very good on special teams. He had a very good grade with the Raiders on specials last year. Let's see if he could keep that going this year, where he can make the roster. How can he lose? Health, number one. Number two, if his run blocking lacks. That is probably the biggest detriment to his path to the roster, because Bracillo likes him. The Giants liked him enough to bring him in, and that would be just in general be the biggest disappointment. Because last year, again, it was an uneven balance of, they're better in pass pro than they are in run blocking. And again, that wasn't great for Jakob Johnson because you see how his market pretty much crashed and other fullbacks went elsewhere. So if his run blocking lacks as a fullback, you're giving the position to either Stoll, Manhertz, or Bellinger. You're losing, where you pretty much have an advantage, where across your entire career, you're known as, this guy's a very good run blocker. Now, poor special teams play, I think that'd probably be second, because he had very good grades for that last year. He had very good grades for that last year, and the Giants need quality special teamers, and they don't need starters and backups playing special teams. So that's what I attribute that to, and pass protection lacking, that's pretty much number three, taking health out of the entire equation. But I think that would be pretty much a cherry on top, but not the meat and potatoes of why he wouldn't make the roster. So right now I'm going to say he does make the roster. My perspective on it could definitely change, because he could have a very shitty preseason, which could be a microcosm of what he did last year in terms of run blocking, or he could have a very good preseason. But also, how do the rest of the tight ends play outside of Johnson and Bellinger? Is Manhurst still blocking guys and putting their asses on the ground? Is Stoll going to get good? There's a lot of variables. So right now I'm going to say Jakob Johnson makes the roster. Like, comment, subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you know when a live stream pops or video drops. Appreciate you coming back. Peace out, guys. See you later, and stay cool.